very good afternoon to you, our cherished and discerning listeners. It's another beautiful and blessed Wednesday, and we here at Joy Business are excited to bring you yet another edition of your favorite business development program on radio, Masterclass. Masterclass is powered by Joy Business and brought to us by Goyle. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. My name, as always, is Barnafo, and I'm happy to bring you today's edition of Masterclass. Today, we sort of have mixed feelings because today is the final show with Daniel Sapong, who has been with us here in the studio for the last 3 shows, telling us about how to have a positive mindset and an abundance mindset. First of all, he sort of introduced the conversation on how abundant everything is in life, including opportunities and problems also. Then he took us through how to deal with stress and challenges. And then last week we spent time talking about team coordination, having an abundance mindset. In today's conversation, we'll sort of be rounding up on all of that discussion that has taken place. But we'll be focusing, for the benefit of those who like to write notes, on the topic area of the mindset and strategy to attract more clients. I know that this one is one that will be of great interest to all of our listeners, because if you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you own any business of any kind, or you're selling a product or a service, you're definitely interested in attracting more clients, and you want to know, if you don't know already, how you can attract more clients. More money, more business never spoils anything. Every entrepreneur wants more business. Today here on the show, we'll show you exactly how to do that. So just keep your dial locked here. And when we do get interactive, we also want you to be a part of the show. Just to remind us also that we're streaming live on Facebook. So for those of us who want to watch us, you can go straight to Facebook. And we'll be sharing some slides as well and some information for those who also want to take notes. Today's show is brought to us by Goyle. And Goyle has some wonderful information for us. Goyle is rewarding all of its prepaying customers with up to 2 pesos liter discount on all fuel purchase. So visit any of our Goyle filling stations today, or go to our website on registration.goyle.com.gh. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Are you looking to pay your fees? Are you in school? Are you looking to pay any of your urgent medical expenses or any unexpected emergency that you have to deal with, or home makeovers or renovations or even vacations? It's getting to that time of the year when people get tired from work and want to take some time off work. Are you looking to do any of this? GCB says, let us partner you and make this a reality and come true for you. Give us a call on 0800 422 422 for a GCB personal loan today. GCB, your bank for life. Daniel, welcome to today's conversation. Mixed feelings, eh?
Yes.
I mean, we've been talking about, today I'm going to talk very little and allow you to do all the talking so that we're able to get value for our listeners also.
Yeah.
People want to know how they can attract more clients. Marketing, sales, selling, that entire process is one that is not easy. It's never been easy.
Yeah.
I grew up being afraid of selling because I used to think that if somebody said no to me, that was the end of my world.
Yeah.
But today here on the show, I'm sure that you're going to share with us and help us understand that no is not the end of the conversation. And the approach to doing it can also be done differently in a way that doesn't make the process so torrid.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick recap, if you will, of our conversation last week on having an abundance mindset for team coordination.
Yes.
And then dovetail into today's conversation, if you will.
Okay,
Yes.
sure. I think, thank you so much again. I think what I want to say, based on what we discussed last week about team coordination, is that we should always ensure that our teams have a shared vision and they know exactly where they are going. Because sometimes people don't perform, not necessarily because they are lazy, but because they don't know where they are going and they have not been given specific roles and responsibilities and things to do, and sometimes the tools and techniques to ensure that they do the things they have to do to move the team to exactly where they have to go. So sometimes it's not just about laziness.
So
it's
clarity of
clarity.
assignment, clarity of task.
Yes.
So if you have a non-performing employee, instead of jumping straight to chastising them, we're recommending here on the show that let's look at it in a positive way. Let there be clarity of task, clarity of assignments, clarity of the responsibility that they're meant to carry, and let's take it from there and sort of encourage them. Let's talk about the positives.
Yes.
And see if we can sort of stir up something in them. I hear someone saying, I've tried it, it's not working. Well, let's keep trying. How many times have people not tried? How many times did Abraham Lincoln try before he became president of the United States? So let's keep trying. In today's conversation, we're looking at the way to attract more clients, having the mindset and the strategy, understanding the strategy to attract more clients.
Yes.
I'm excited to go straight into the content. Talk to us.
Okay, sure. So I would love to start with a story. A lot of people know me as a global sales and marketing coach, but most people don't know my story. So I started my career as a sales executive in a Swiss digital media organization. And I struggled a lot as a salesperson. Yeah, would you believe that the first 3 months of me working in that organization, I sold nothing.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I have a lot
sold
of
nothing.
I have a lot of friends who are into sales and story of their life.
Yes. And the thing is that I was making a lot of calls, a lot of meetings. I was actually very passionate about what I was doing. I was working really hard, but the sales just wasn't coming through.
You're not closing the deals.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Until I began to develop myself more in the skill and the art of sales. And then surprisingly, in the 4th month, I brought in one of the biggest sales in that organization, basically. So it made me realize and come to a conclusion about something, that passion and skills are totally two different things. Passion, confidence, the desire to work hard, and then skills are two totally different things. So sometimes people have they are passionate about their business, passionate about their career. They really want to make things work, but they don't have the art, the science, and the knowledge to ensure that the sales comes through. And that is where the problem is most people and for most organizations.
So passion is not skill. That's what we're saying.
Skill. Yes, it's not skill.
And passion is not enough.
It's not enough.
I mean, it almost sounds like something I had. Love is never enough.
Yes.
Passion is not enough.
It's not enough.
As a business person, it's great to have a lot of passion for the business, fire in your belly, and all that. But after having had the passion and the fire in your belly, something else must happen in order for you to get results.
Exactly.
And that's what we're referring to.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So now, after I developed the skill, in less than a year, I became the head of sales and marketing, digital media, basically, in the organization. And then I've gone on to work in 3 different multinationals in top-level management. So
I'll share an example with you. You
Yes.
know, as you speak, something comes to my mind, and I think the examples help illustrate and drive our point home.
That would be great.
I'm sure you're going to share the formula for doing that in your content.
Yes.
But there's a short video I watched about a South African trainer. I can't remember his name, so I can't give him the credit. But for those of you who know or who have watched the video, he's the one I'm referring to. So he's a sales coach. And he says someone walked into a shop. If you're a hairdresser and someone walked into a shop, you could do them a hairstyle for 200 Rand or for 800 Rand. And so he says, how much will it cost to fix my hair for a wedding party? He says, it's going to be 800 Rand. Then the lady says, I can't pay 800 Rand. It's too expensive. He says, don't look at the price. Is your ex going to be at that party? He says, yes. He said, do you want to look beautiful? He says, yes. He said, what else do you want to happen at the party? He says, I want everyone to look at me. He says, then I'm selling you value. 800 Rand is what it is. And the lady paid, I'm not sure I'm even saying it right. But by the time he had finished asking all those questions about why the lady wanted to be at that party and why they wanted to look that good, 800 Rand was a small price to pay.
Yeah.
And so the conclusion there was that don't sell a product, sell value.
Sell value. Thank you so much for that. And just to clarify, the speaker there was Vusi Thembakwayo.
Ah, you know him.
Yes,
okay,
he's
so
a brother, and he was actually in Ghana a few days ago.
Okay,
And,
okay. So Vusi, all credits to you.
All credits to him.
I've quoted my source. No
Yes.
plagiarism.
Yes. And I love that, and that's actually one of the things I'm going to talk about today, about value. But today I want to start first with knowing your target market, or knowing the people that your business is for. If your business is for everyone, then your business is for no one.
Say that again.
If your business is for everyone and your marketing is for everyone, then your business and your marketing is for no one.
When you say that, do you speak to market segmentation?
Yes, market segmentation, exactly.
And it's important. Please,
Extremely.
let's drive this point home. If your business is for everyone, then your business is for no one. I'm interested to hear what follows from that.
Yes. So the thing is that your business can't be for every single person, else you'll be spending your entire life talking to every single person. But you see, we are individuals and we are customized to our basic needs. We have specific needs that you want to meet at a business. So you must segment your market. And even with segmenting your market, after that is done, you must make sure that your marketing communication is to every segmented market. It's different. It's the same product. But if you're talking to, for example, is a product that maybe children can use, a youth can use, and adults can use. If you're talking to children, the message should be simply different. When you're talking to the youth or people in the university, the message should be completely different. And if you talk to adults, it should be different. Because a message that doesn't resonate with that target audience is a message which has been wasted. So it must resonate with them.
Customize it for the specific audience that
Yes.
you're dealing with.
Yes.
And for example, I mean, as you talk about it, examples come to my mind about how back in the, let's say 5-10 years ago, if we were talking about, let's say, washing powder,
Yes.
I don't want to advertise for anyone. We would just talk about what the powder does.
Yes.
But I hear you say now customize it. So if I were speaking to, let's say, university students who don't have the time to do laundry all the time, the one time they do it, it must mean something. Therefore, I must customize my message to bring value to them, that specific
That
group
specific
of the market.
Yes.
If I'm talking to mothers, I'm talking about durability.
Exactly.
So they don't have to keep buying and buying.
Yes.
If I'm talking to whoever else, let's say market women,
Yeah.
I'm talking about getting more customers because they get a good deal with it.
Exactly.
And that's the point you're making, that
Yes.
try and draw out the specific benefit
Specific benefits.
that it may not necessarily be available across the board, but only to that market.
Only to that market.
And then it makes it appealing to them.
Yes.
Great stuff.
So that's the first thing I would want to say. The second thing I want to say is to basically fish where the fishes are. You see, you don't gain a fish by fishing. You gain fishes by fishing where the fishes are. If you decide, if you are the best fisherman, for example, and you fish in a place where there are no fishes, it doesn't matter how skilled and great and how amazing you are, you're not going to get any fish. So find out, now that you have segmented them, where can you find them? And exactly where you can find them, go meet them there. So fish where the fishes are. And whilst you are fishing where the fishes are, have you realized that if you are fishing using a hook line, you use a bait? So sometimes learn to
A
use
worm or a little
worm or
piece
something.
of bread or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, in Ghanaian language, we say that yadisika ne yisika, or we use money to get more money. So sometimes people are not ready to invest, not necessarily even money, but their time, their energy to ensure that they are fishing where the fishes are. And if you're not doing that, there is no way that they are going to get to your hook, basically. Because what happens is that nobody at any moment in time is seeking to necessarily buy anything. As we sit here, there are possibly some things you have in mind you want to buy soon, but there are some things you don't want to buy anytime soon. But maybe in the next 3, 6 to 12 months, you may want to buy it. So you must make sure that your product or your service is top of mind, that top of mind awareness to your target market. So that at any moment in time, when they think of buying it, you should be one of the first top 3 people that come into your mind.
They think about.
Yes. First 3 that should come into mind, because it's those first 3 that come into mind that they will decide to buy from. They will decide to buy from, and sometimes they may not necessarily buy immediately, but maybe I may be talking to you and say, I want to buy perfume. So immediately, I don't know, but as you are sitting down, immediately I mentioned perfume. There are some 3 people that came into your mind immediately, and then you have to think later to think of the others. So when you fall into the path of when people have to think extra to think about you, you're not top of mind aware. They are not aware of you, and they won't buy from you.
And that's where you lose out to the competition.
That's where you lose out. Yeah, you're out of the conversation totally. So right now, everybody listening to me, let's say I want to buy a perfume or I want to buy beauty products. Immediately, as you are listening, some people have come into your mind. Some shop you saw, some ad you saw, a friend of yours, some people have come into mind.
Some post on Instagram
have come into mind. Possibly, as at the time you saw it, you weren't interested, but they gave you an information that has been registered, and they have consistently given you the information, so it has been registered in your mind. So immediately someone mentions it, or immediately you think you want it, 3 names will come into mind. Make sure that as a business, you are part of the top 3 that come into mind, because those are the people they will call to inquire about.
And for me, as you talk about segmenting your market and top of mind awareness, and the statement you made about the fact that if your product is for everyone, then it's for no one, it tells me something that you cannot work the entirety of the sample space, which is you can't work the whole world.
No.
If your sample space were Ghana, you can't work the entirety.
No.
So focus on a selected segment and work them in a way that gets top of mind awareness for you.
Yeah.
That's the only way it can work. So let's say you're a shoe salesperson within the Sokomlimle enclave. Your immediate sample space are the people in this space.
Yeah.
Yes, we talk about the internet, we talk about everywhere else, but you're competing with other people on the internet who have better delivery channels than you do.
Yeah.
So here in your locality, be the king in your locality.
king.
And then you can start from there. If it's your school, you're the only person who sells shoes, and you're also a student. Let that circle be your circle. Find a place where you are king.
You are king.
And start from there.
Yes.
And for me, that's what comes strongly to me. I don't know if I'm thinking right.
Yes, 100%, yeah. So when it comes to your niche or the target market, be number one or be the king in their minds. Be their king in their minds. Maybe your products can be for example, as you talked about, let's use the shoes that you're talking about. Maybe other people are online. Yes, be online there, but make sure there's a particular place that you are number one, where immediately they mention the name, or they mention a particular product in your industry. You come up, because that's how people buy. At this very moment, as I'm sitting here, I'm not thinking about something, but maybe tomorrow, the next five months or 5 days, I'll think about it, or a friend of mine would mention that he needs something like that, and I'll just do the recommendation based on the top 3 that come into mind.
And you know, this thing you talk about, top of mind awareness, it's so real. Have you noticed that? And it happens to me quite a bit. When someone walks into your space, your shop, your office, your room, and says, "Oh, I'm looking to buy white jeans."
Yeah.
You reach for your phone.
Yeah.
Why are you reaching for your phone?
There's someone already there.
There's somebody on that phone list.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Who either sells white jeans or knows someone who sells white jeans.
Exactly.
And that's what we talk about when we say top of mind awareness.
Yeah.
So as a business owner, as a trader, you want to be at the top of somebody's mind.
Yes.
So that when they talk about, oh, I need a gas repairer, I know Kofi.
They think of someone.
I need someone to. I need a dispatch rider.
Yes.
Oh, this guy is so wonderful. Let me give you his number.
Yes.
And then that's where you grow your business from. So it's a very good place to start.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Wonderful thoughts there. Let's continue sharing.
Yeah. So that's basically about always being top of. But the thing is that sometimes, so the main thing about marketing is always be number one in their mind. But a lot of people confuse sales and marketing. Sales is not marketing, and marketing is not sales. Marketing, marketing is very broad. It's very, very broad. The price, the promotion, the people, the place, and all that. But
I hear terminologies like above the line, below the line.
Yes. So marketing is.
Good afternoon to my good friend Kofi. Kofi, I won't mention your surname on there, but you know it's you. I mean, he likes to throw these terms.
Yeah.
And I like to listen to them as well.
Yes. So all that is marketing, and the advertising part is just the promotion part of marketing. So what the promotion usually does is that it brings people to you. But what happens is that sometimes it brings the people to you, and because you don't have the right skills, techniques, and strategies, you push the people away. By how you answer your calls, by how your frontline executives meet people at the door. People come to inquire. Anyone who inquires, whether in your shop or on a call, is a potential client. The reason they are asking is because they need it and they possibly have a budget for it immediately. So it's your responsibility to convert them into sales. Or even if they don't purchase immediately, it's your responsibility to ensure that you are number one in their mind, so that the next time they think of possibly purchasing, they will come to you.
You know, as you speak, something comes to my mind, and I just want to sort of add that quickly.
Yeah.
And I've come to learn this about sales also, that you must work your network.
Yeah, 100%.
Work your network. People say, I don't have a network. Everybody has a network.
Yeah.
The guys you play football with, the guys in your area, the guys who are only known to you, the people in your church, the people at the bus stop where you stand every morning, the guys on the way where you meet them every day.
Yeah.
Those are your network, the people who are close to you.
Yeah.
Now, have you noticed that there's a certain group of people in this country, okay, let me just leave it there, who only do business amongst themselves?
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, because of the way we live as people and the fact that we have a constant need for things, there is always a need that needs to be met and an item that needs to be purchased.
Always.
So as a salesperson, one of the first things to look at, you don't just put your things in your shop and say, oh, they'll come and buy. So long as we woke up this morning, somebody is going to need bottled water.
Yeah.
Because they're going to drink it at home.
Yeah.
Or they're going to sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
Or they're going to give some to their children to take to school. Or they're going to have a party.
Yeah.
Someone is going to need a school bag when the children are going to write exams very soon and they're going to go on holiday. When schools reopen, they're going to need new shoes, new uniforms. Who is sewing them?
Yeah.
Find out what is going on in society and plug in.
Yeah.
Because you see, at some point in time, every month, people are holding money looking for a certain service.
Constant need for something. That's just as you said. There's always a constant
They're
need.
always looking for something.
Yes.
And when these kids are going to school, they're looking for PE clothes and all that. Who's sewing them?
Yeah.
Some of these things are generic. Who's selling the material for the school uniforms? You must plug in somewhere.
Yeah.
So that then it becomes easy. I'm not going to say, I'm selling something. Do you want to buy?
No.
I know you need it. So you can start your pitch and say, oh, the kids are going to open school. And I know you're going to be buying uniforms very soon. When the time is up, give me a call.
Yeah.
And I will deliver it to your house.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by work your network. I have used
network.
English to say this. Can you use marketing and sales language to say this better.
Okay. So, for example, I've dealt with the networking in the book, The 12 Sales Secrets.
Brilliant.
And I talked about some of the do's and don'ts of networking. You don't try to network to get something. You network to give something.
To give something.
To give value to people. So, for example, if I meet you in an event or a conference, most people think networking is, hi, my name is Daniel and I work with this company, and they start pitching. You are annoying people. If you're listening to me right now, I want you to understand. Immediately you go for an event and you start pitching your product and services. You are very annoying. And people don't want to listen to you. They just want you to finish talking so that they move on. But they can't tell you. Yeah, so there's a high level of buyer resistance because of the technological state that we find ourselves in right now. So today, you wake up, you see ads. You are trying to browse your phone, you see ads. You are driving in traffic, ads. So there are ads everywhere. So there's a high level of buyer resistance. People feel like everybody's trying to sell to them. So people are more likely not to want to buy when you are trying to sell. So the best way to sell is not to sell.
The best way to sell is not to sell.
I want to continue with that.
Please
do.
The
best way to sell is not to sell. The best way to sell is rather, especially when it comes to face, it's rather to find out if there's even there's a space or a gap to help. Until you find a space or a gap to help, then you can't sell, because selling is a helping game than a money game.
I'll share a story with you. I like stories.
Yeah.
A CEO goes to a very big establishment to try and get business. And he meets the CEO of that business.
Okay.
The first thing he says is, my name is Kofi Mensah.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you have a big establishment here. I also notice you have a lot of needs.
Yeah.
And a lot of your facilities are going down.
Yeah.
How can I help?
Yeah.
He says, Kofi Mensah, the next thing I'm going to say will give it away. It was a medical facility.
Okay.
He says, my facility over there requires renovation. I'll be glad if you can help.
Yeah.
He says, okay, we'll be back. They go and fix it. And they come back and say, we fixed the first one you gave us. Give us another one to fix.
Yeah.
What's this guy playing at?
Yeah.
Then he goes and says, okay, that other one over there also requires fixing. He goes away and fixes it.
Yeah.
He comes back at third and says, do you have any other one you want us to fix? Now, the moral of the lesson is that, and this is a story that the beneficiary CEO was telling me. He says, yeah, this person I know came here for my business. I have a lot of float in my system, and I know they want my money. But the first 3 times they met me, they didn't ask me for my money.
Yeah.
But they have given me value that would have cost me X amount of money.
Exactly.
When I go for that meeting where they discuss who should have my money, what do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah.
So it's just to buttress the point you made that sometimes the best way to get anything from anyone is to give.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying go and give your money to somebody. I'm just
yes.
saying that find the most appropriate thing that the person requires at the time. And if you have an ingenious way of giving it, give it.
Just do that.
If it's a solution you're giving, give it.
Just do that.
If it's you're biding your time, someone says you're buttering it up for the kill later.
Yes.
However you're doing it, do it in a way
Yeah.
that lets the person not feel nauseated
Exactly.
and feels like you're being a nuisance, but you're bringing them a solution. I just thought I'd share that story quickly.
I love that, and this perfectly makes you realize that to gain more business, you must be in the game of helping. Yeah, so I'm trying to find out how I can help, and I'm trying to find out the gap that is there so that I can fill it. And if you even have this mindset, you gain more confidence when you're talking to anyone about it, because you know that I'm not necessarily coming in because I want to force my business and my service on you. We are trying to have a conversation to see how I can help. What are your needs? What are your gaps? What do you think that you need that you don't even know you need? Let's have a discussion. And then let me be like the doctor. Let me diagnose. And then let me give you a prescription. That is how it's supposed to be.
And anyone who has a need, once you start talking about it and let them know that you can fill that need, they won't turn you away.
No, they won't. Because you're meeting a need.
They won't turn you away.
Yeah.
Talk to me about training. I mean, the role of training in all of this.
Okay, so before I do this, about 3 years ago, I did a survey in Ghana and some part of Africa to find out how often most organizations train their staff. And I was surprised. I was surprised that most people actually never train their staff the whole year. And you see, you must hone their skills. Things change all the time, and things keep changing. So if you don't get experts and coaches who who have the proven track record and are consistently researching, so that they give you their 10 years of experience in 2 hours, so that your people can be equipped, then you are losing out on a lot of revenue opportunity. You're losing out on a lot of revenue opportunity because let's use this perfect example. Let's say you have a good sales executive or frontline executive, and let's say there's an exceptional one. The difference between the good and the exceptional is that the exceptional is able to close one extra deal than the good person. So that is maybe a product or a service or something. Let's say it's 1,000 CDs. So the good is able to close 5 maybe every day. That's fine, 5,000 CDs. But just by having that exceptional one, you have maybe an extra 1,000 CDs extra. So that'll be 6,000. So look at the lost revenue opportunity. That means that each single day in a year, you are losing 1,000 CDs.
And then alternative business lost,
Yeah.
when computed, becomes much.
Yeah, over 300,000.
So it's absolutely important. Training plays a key role here.
An extremely key role. And most of the Global 500 companies know this. So even in the book, it's one of the secrets of the Global 500 companies. One of the secrets I put in this book is that the Global 500 companies, they know that training plays a key part in the development of your staff. So if you have not trained, if you have just hired them and you think that because you've hired them, they should just know how to do their work and they should find their way, they are doing their best, but they don't have the skills, they don't have the tools, they don't have the strategies to do it. So they will do it only up to what they can. But if you bring in an expert or a coach, what we will do is that we diagnose. For example, me, I sit with people, I diagnose where the problem is, and I give them individually what would help them. And in less than 3 months, they should be able to have a guaranteed results.
And it works.
It works.
Tried and tested.
Tried and tested. I've done this, over 200 organizations, over 20 countries.
Remind me to, at some point in the show, allow you to speak directly to the audience about how they can get help.
Okay,
But tell us before that about what are the words you should not use when making a sale.
Okay, so one of the words I would want to talk about when using a sale, number one, try to replace the word contracts. So people have gone through a lot of issues and things with contracts. So sometimes when they hear the word contracts, it looks so big. So maybe try to use the word agreement form. So I'll bring you the agreement form. It sounds more relaxed, more of an agreement form.
More toned down.
More toned down than contract. And maybe before you, instead of saying sign the contract, you could just say endorse the agreement form. Endorse it or authorize it so that we can start. We just want you to know, we just want to be sure that this is exactly what, so just endorse it. Because once you say contract, now it comes, let me pass it through my legal thing, let me pass it through all the organizations, and by the time you realize it may be 3 months and the
pipeline becomes too long.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not saying compromise on standards, but what we're saying is that communicate it in a way that does not engender an ill feeling towards the
people already have the ill feeling towards contract.
Don't make it too tense.
Yes, too tense, And another one is maybe use affordable for cheap instead of using
because cheap also connotes quality.
Exactly. So maybe use affordable. So I see a lot of people on social media, I go to a lot of shops, say, things are really cheap. They are just trying to say that you can afford it. But once you say cheap, sometimes it means that the quality is...
It's not just price, it's also money.
It's also money. You good. And sometimes some people say that, so this is the damage. This is the price. Rather use this is the investment for this product, for my services. So people are investing in the perfume. And why are they investing in it? To smell good for that next occasion. So let them see it as an investment towards something. So if they are investing in something, what is the returns towards it? And with that, you talk about the value they get from it. And in talking about these words, I want to move straight into value.
Right.
That you see, value, it's you don't sell products, you don't sell features. Don't talk about the features of your product, the name of the product. People don't care about that. People are too busy. All they want is how does it benefit me? What do I get from this? So take your product, list all the benefits that they can get from it. That is your marketing communication. That is what they want to hear. So that's why I was saying earlier that what the old man will benefit from it was different from maybe what the corporate guy will benefit from it. And what the student will benefit from it is different from what the child will benefit from it. So take the product, do your market segmentation, and for all of them write what are they going to benefit from it? And that should be your marketing communication. And that's what you tell them. Immediately you tell them, they can easily resonate and can easily decide to make a purchasing decision.
And it becomes personalized for them also.
But personalized, yes.
Let's get our listeners to be a part of this conversation. If you just tuned in, this is Masterclass here on your superstation, Joy 99.7. Today we're rounding up a conversation with Daniel Sapon on having a positive or abundance mindset towards your business. We want to take a quick message from our sponsors. When we come back, we continue with the show.
Your favorite on-air business development program, Joy Business Masterclass, is in session, and you can interact with us on Facebook via the Joy 99.7 FM or Joy Business pages. If you tweet, the handle is at Joy 997 FM or at Joy Business GH. Don't forget to hashtag JB Masterclass. You can also call us on 0302 216541 or send your questions and contributions through to the WhatsApp number 0551 111997, and our facilitators will address your concerns. Attention everyone, class is in progress.
Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is Masterclass here on your superstation Joy 99.7. My name, as always, Barnafo. I'm here in the studio with Daniel Sapon, and today we're bringing to an end our conversation on having an abundance mindset towards your business. We shared some thoughts earlier, and today we're rounding up that conversation. So we're talking about how to attract more clients to your business. We're interactive right now. Numbers to call 0302 216 541. That's 0302 216 541. Or you can also send us your comments on 055 1111997. Pick up that phone, give us a call. If you're driving, we definitely want you to arrive alive, so please do not text while you drive. But otherwise, please pick up that phone, give us a call, 0302 216 541. Or send us your comments on 055 1111997. What is it that you're doing specially that is attracting more clients? The information we've shared here today, is it helpful to you? Have you practiced any of it before at all, and has it helped? Let's hear your thoughts. Numbers again, 0302 216 541. If you're looking to pay your fees or pay any urgent medical expenses or pop-up expenses or any renovations in your home or even take a holiday, GCB is saying that they're able to help you to do this. Pick up the phone, give them a call on 0800 422 422 for a GCB personal loan today. GCB, your bank for life. If you use any motor vehicle of any kind also, GOIL has some wonderful news for you. Elevate your goodness by joining the GOIL Go Club today and enjoy up to 3 pesos litre discount on all fuel purchased by visiting any of the GOIL filling stations. You can also visit their website on registration.goil.com.gh. GOIL, good energy, GOIL, Yenara, Yedia. Phone lines are now open. Let's hear your thoughts. Pick up that phone, give us a call. 0302 216 541. Let's sort of round up today's conversation on how to attract more clients, if you like, and maybe just touch a bit on what we've talked about in the previous weeks. Okay. And then we go to your book.
Yes.
And how people can get help, if you like, while we wait for the phone lines.
Okay,
yes.
All right, sure.
Yes.
As you wrap up, I think in summary, if you didn't even get anything from this conversation, make sure that you know who your target audience are, and then create the benefits for each of the segmented target, and then push those messages to them wherever you can find them. That's what I talked about, fish where the fishes are, so that you can be top of mind, you see, in their minds, so that anytime they think of you, they think about the benefits, and then you are top of mind with them.
I've got something on social media. This one is from Anim from Tema. Anim says, good afternoon, Mr. Barnafo and Daniel. Thank you for the education today. This is Anim from Tema. Anim, thank you too for listening. Right.
Yes. And if you want to understand why you have to write the benefits, it's because people buy value. People don't buy products and services. Quality products don't sell themselves. Quality products. So I know your product is quality, you give great service and all that, but they don't sell themselves. Nobody even knows.
If I buy a microwave, it's not because I want to look at it.
It's not because you want to look at it.
I want to warm my food.
Exactly. So it may be quality, but you possibly nobody knows about it. But sometimes we assume that people know how amazing our products are just as we know. That's why you must keep telling them and keep telling them all the time. Never stop telling them about it. And in terms of the value, it means different things to different people.
Hold that thought for me. Different things to different people. I've got a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel, calling from Adabraka.
Emmanuel, where are you calling from, sorry?
Adabraka.
Right. Good. How's Adabraka this afternoon?
Great.
Okay, talk to me, Emmanuel.
That was a very provoking conversation. But I have two questions. In Ghana, there's a red tape people, and particularly in sales, so could be on someone's bill for hours, days, or months. They wouldn't respond. How do you quicken the pace of response and the bypass the red tapeism? And the second one, ethics and sales. As a salesperson, we are notorious in Ghana for, what's new for me. If you are a principal salesperson, how do you bypass that, system, so you can get a contract and maybe I'm taking. Thank you.
Right. Emmanuel, please keep listening. We'll try and answer that question. I wasn't too clear, but I think I heard something about ethics and sales and how do you deal with it? Because some of our salespeople, in terms of the ethics, it's a bit. Let's hold that question, and then I think there's a second caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Hajnatma.
Sorry,
I'm calling.
Your name again?
My name is Hajnatma.
Right. And you're calling from?
I'm calling from Hacho.
Right. How's Hacho this afternoon?
Hacho is cool.
Brilliant. Talk to me.
Yeah, in fact, I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
And I deal in Turkish wear, Dubai wear, and I also produce videos.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to expand my business, but I wish I would know how. And if you can give me his contact so that we can have one-on-one chat.
Okay, please keep listening. I know how you can expand your business. The first thing you can do is to get a copy of Daniel's book. He'll be talking about it shortly. So Daniel, maybe let's start from there and then let's backtrack to the first question about ethics and sales.
Okay,
Yes.
sure. So I think with her, I do have some VIP free sessions where I talk to business owners and see how I can help them. So I'll leave my contacts after, and then anyone that can contact me. And
No,
then,
let's go ahead. I mean, if you have it, let's go ahead.
yeah, so 0555 778727.
Okay, let's take that again slowly.
0555 778727.
Okay.
Or if you're on Instagram or Twitter, Daniel_Sapon7. Daniel_Sapon7. And on Facebook and LinkedIn, Daniel Sapon Jr.
Okay.
And you can check out my website as well, www.danielsapon.com. That's www.danielsapon.com.
Right.
So
we can find you in all of these
yes,
places.
you can find me in all these places.
And where do they get the book? Any of these places when they call?
Yes, any of these places when they go. So the number is also on WhatsApp as well, so they can reach out on WhatsApp as well.
Okay. So there you go, my sister from Hacho. Reach out and then by all means you can get some help. But the first question about ethics and sales.
Yeah, so I would want to touch on that in terms of most people are actually not trained on sales. So what sales is not? Sales is not sugarcoating words. Sales is not lying to people. Sales is not deceiving people.
And after they finish, when they call you, don't pick your phone.
Exactly. Sales is not walking in the hot sun trying to push your product and service on people who don't need it. All that is not sales. So all these things is because people, the whole culture of sales has not been taught very well, even in our industry. That is why I'm pushing this message of sales. Because when people get to understand that it's a helping game, it will reduce all these forms of lies and deception and all that. Because they don't even understand the product. They don't understand what they are selling. All they know is that each month they must bring in a sale.
There's a joke about a salesperson who I have all these stories. There's a joke about a salesperson who didn't know how to sell.
Yes.
And when they went in, the product was not selling. But they knew how to read.
Yeah.
But they were a slow reader.
Yeah.
So they found out the first day he sold five books. Second day, 10, 15. So now he sold so many books that the boss's boss came down and said, how are you doing this thing? He says, when I go, I tell them that I'm selling this book. And then I start reading the book to them. And then I bore them to death. And then they buy it. So when I go the next time, I say, do you want to buy it or should I read it to you? I think I've got another caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good afternoon. I am Emmanuel.
Right, Emmanuel.
Yes. So I like the
Emmanuel,
fact
please,
that...
where are you calling us from?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, where are you calling us from, Emmanuel?
I'm driving, so I'm around Spintex at the moment.
Okay, Emmanuel from Spintex, talk to us.
Yes, all right. So, yes, I like the fact that he spoke about customers want to listen to benefits, but not features or value. But I've come to also realize that there are certain products you need to use the features to explain the benefits. So how about that?
Okay, brilliant question. Brilliant question.
Okay.
Can we just respond to that quickly?
Yeah, I love that. And I've actually gone very deep in that in the book, 12 Sales Secrets.
Okay.
So what you do is that you take the product and then you list the features. And based on the features, you now list the benefits of the features. You get it. So you actually, the benefits don't just come from the product. The benefits come from the features. So you first list the different products you have. Each of the products, list all the features. If it's a food item or whatever, list all the ingredients and look at all the ingredients or all the features and state the value or the benefit of each of them. That is how you create the.
So what he's saying is that he didn't mean that don't talk about features at all, but he's saying
Yeah.
don't sell features.
Don't sell the features.
You're selling the value.
Yes.
And in explaining the value, if you must use the features to do that, do it. But do it in such a way that if you were selling to you, you would buy from you.
You would buy, yes.
You wouldn't be bored about
Yes,
it. I've got AC from Cantonments. AC says, thank you so much, Daniel, for these nuggets. You're such a great resource. That's AC from Cantonments. AC,
Thanks
thank
so
you for
much,
reaching out
AC.
to us. Right. So I've got these quick, and I've got a few minutes. Maybe I'll just go through them quickly.
Okay.
So this is from Ian Brody. Ian Brody is also a big sales and marketing person, and he's got the 7 mindset hacks that will help you to get more clients. The first one he says is take control. Take control. It says to sit back and wait for things to happen. If you want to be successful in marketing and sales, you must decide to take things into your own hands, to choose action over hope. Is that true?
Hope is not a strategy.
Hope is not a strategy. Okay. So take control.
Yeah,
if,
take control.
if you want to be successful in sales and
Yeah.
marketing, don't just put the things there and say people will come and buy.
Yeah.
Mindset number 2 from Ian Brody says focus. He said we're so overwhelmed with opportunities and information these days that it's very easy to lose focus. So stay focused. Whatever it is you are doing, don't be distracted. Just stay focused. He says to try every shiny new method you hear about in the hope that it will magically bring you clients is a lot of work without results. So stay focused. The third one he talks about is the SASSY principle. And by SASSY principle, it's called simple actions consistently implemented. So let's keep it simple. Do the simple things that you keep doing, but do them consistently.
Yeah.
So here I hear him talk about consistency.
Yeah,
Consistency. Then he talks about systemize. It says you need it to be working day in, day out without having to think about it all the time. So put in place a system that works.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there all the time to make it work.
Yeah.
As you go along, there are learnings. Make sure you put these learnings into a process and let it work.
Exactly.
And these are just a few thoughts from Ian Brody that I'd like to share. But let's talk about your book.
Okay, sure.
Let's talk about your book.
So this book is called The 12 Sales Secrets the Global 500 Companies Don't Want You to Know. So the top 500 companies in the world are ranked by Fortune magazine every year. And I mean, during my MBA, one thing that I learned very well and I had good insight with was benchmarking. So what are the people who are at the top doing? What can we learn from them so that we also apply it into our business? So I decided to research on the top 500 companies in the world. And I realized that there were these 12 sales secrets, that ran through them. This is what they have been. This is what
They
they
were
have been.
common to all
They
of
were
them.
common to them. So after the research, I put together a sales manual, 12 of them, that you don't even need all the 12 to see starting results. Even one is fine. So in the book, I teach you about the secret and I teach you about how they used it. It's a manual. It's not like a boring book. I teach you how they used it, the results they got. And at the end of each chapter, I show you action point, how you can also use it now to get results now.
And when they get this book, everything is here in this book.
Everything is here in this book.
And they
everything.
can get it. Okay, so I've got, said, Mr. Sapon, my name is Yakubu. I need your phone number. Can we put the number out again?
Yes. 0555 77 8727.
Okay.
0555 77 8727. If you need a consultation or training for your organization or a book, you can reach out to that number.
Okay. And
Yes.
it says the 12 sales secrets that the global
Top
top 500 companies
don't want you to know.
want you to know.
Exactly.
And these are tried and tested. So they are not, we're not throwing theories at you. We're not throwing, formulas at you who say that the 4 golden keys to opening the 5. This is not one of those.
Yes.
This has been tried. This is what people have done. So these are learnings
Learnings.
from people's processes.
Yes.
So if you like, this has been reverse engineered.
Exactly.
Summarize the entire conversation for us
Okay, so the entire conversation.
as we end this.
So the entire conversation from
From day one
till now, it's number one. You don't see things and do things as they are. You do things as you are. So work on your mindset because there's a high level of abundance out there in this world. Number two, challenges are normal. Anytime you are facing a challenge, it simply means that there's something you don't know, an opportunity you don't know. Try and find out what you have to do and then overcome that challenge. And also, life is a bet. And the greatest bet you can make is the bet on yourself. So believe in yourself and chase that dream. And then in terms of team vision as well, if your vision doesn't need a team, then your dream is very small. So every big dream needs a big team and a committed team. So make sure you invest in your team, you train them, get them an expert and a coach to ensure that they hone their skills. And lastly, value means different things to different people. So make sure that you are not just putting messages out there and creating flyers and just posting them and all that. Make sure that everything you are talking about your brand and your product is the features, and you have found the benefit of the features, which I call value, and you are giving it to your segmented
Value
market.
means different things to different people.
Yes.
I'll end with a story again. So a certain beverage company, huge
Yeah.
beverage company,
Yeah.
were going into a new market. And in that market, they thought they would use pictures. So this is what they did. The idea was that the person is fine, or let's say the person is unwell, so they're lying down flat.
Yeah.
They drink a product, and then they're up and they're strong.
Yeah.
What they didn't know that in that particular market, they read not from left to right, but from right to left.
Yes.
So what the message they sent, because they didn't research the target market,
Yes.
they just put the value out there.
Yeah.
And of course, sales dipped.
Yes.
And when the diagnosis was done, it was
Yes.
because the people are reading from right to left.
Yes.
So they're saying, you are well.
Well.
You drink the product
And you
and you
die.
die.
I think I've
Value
seen that
means different things
to different people.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. This has been Masterclass here on the Superstation. Wonderful 4 weeks spent with Daniel Sapong. I wish we could have you back. Maybe we will at some point. But next week we'll continue with Masterclass. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you same time next week.